Now it's time to set the goals for the next cycle of inflation. This way, you're always moving forward, growing, making money, not losing it. Imagine, have more freedom and more fun. Start a gold IRA with Noble Gold now and fight inflation. And this month, for every IRA above 20K, you'll get an incredible 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin completely free as a thank you. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. Call 877-646-5347 now to find out more or visit noblegoldinvestments.com. Again, that's noblegoldinvestments.com. Hey, Inspire Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers, it's Jean Nolan here. I'm excited that you're joining me for a little conversation here today. And I wanted to share a thought with you that didn't just spontaneously come up this morning when I was walking with our dog Jagger, but it actually found a new conclusion when I was walking this morning. This is how it usually happens when you're in an open state and when you're just in a more chill brainwave state, things come to you. One thing that I realized, observing nature, observing the birds, observing the trees and the squirrels and everything that I saw, even a snake and a turtle today in the woods, I realized that we have all been sold the big lie, a very, very big lie. And it's a monumental level of deception that when you come to the bottom of it, you explore real liberation and freedom from it. And this monumental lie is the lie of progress and constant artificial change. And what does that mean? I believe somewhere in the not too distant past probably, but we're speaking at least about hundreds if not thousands of years, a concept was introduced to our way of living that produced something akin to boredom. Now, I don't think boredom is something that was actually ever natural to us. But how do we experience boredom today? Well, for example, we're in between two scheduled activities and there's a time buffer in between and we don't have anything to do. All of a sudden, people get bored. It is like a withdrawal symptom from the brain that says nothing's happening, nothing's happening. So boredom is really a sign of addiction. And what are we addicted to? Let me rewind the clock a little bit. Let's go back to the 70s and 80s, for example, where technology wasn't omnipresent in the sense that you had screens everywhere. You didn't have a portable thing that you carried with you. You had a TV at your home, but if you weren't there, you weren't exposed to that constant artificial noise. And so people had a greater ability to be in the present moment just with themselves. Not really good. It was already a time of great distraction, but not nearly the way it is now. So what this program of the Matrix is constantly telling us that is the new wave of technology, or the new introduced wave of technology, because it's not new to those who introduce it, will improve your life even more. But what does it do? It actually occupies your mind even more. It becomes ever more present in the here and now. Wherever you are, you can take your movies, your shows, your everything with you. You can pretty much consume it everywhere. And if you by chance forget your device, there's multiple devices all around you that will project this for you. And what this is also saying is that there is no value in the natural evolution or the natural return to our true culture and origins as divinely created beings that we are, that do not actually need this constant change. And because we're exposed to this soup all the time, we don't really begin to discover who we actually are. And so the big lie is that more and more of the same, which means more and more improved technology and then implanted technology, will actually improve us and save us from boredom. But here's what I want to encourage you to consider. This boredom is really just a withdrawal symptom. That's all that it is. You can observe it very well in your children. If your children are exposed to a lot of screen time, TV or iPad or whatever, you take it away from them, they get super cranky. They start to cry and scream. They want it back because they're addicted to it. Their bodies produce chemicals that are the same as a drug addiction, but they're addicted to what the screen does to their brain. They're addicted to the hormones that it produces. And so when they don't have it, the hormones are not produced and they have withdrawal symptoms. So boredom is a withdrawal symptom. What would I encourage you to do with that boredom? Pretty much nothing. I would encourage you to begin sitting with it. and actually being still and allowing for it to pass, because eventually the body can't sustain the state of stress that it has. It will release, and you will be a little better for that. And actually, it has been said that all of man's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room by him or herself. This is a very, very powerful quote. But truly, we have been sold this lie that we need to constantly improve our artificial gadgets. We need to constantly improve the technological world around us, because only that will at some point free us. But free us from what? Being human? Free us from experiencing the divine creator within us, experiencing our true powers, experiencing nature the way it was intended to be. Let's release ourselves from that illusion, because it sets us up to be on this artificial wavelength all the time. And actually, when we step out of it, when we watch a stream or when we watch a river or any body of water, which is always calming, something happens in our brains. It is a recalibration of balance. And that is what we need to seek more and more, because only then will you see the big lie for what it is. It is one big lie. We as mankind do not need technology to improve us. Can we use it? Yes, we can, but we don't need it. We don't need it as a crutch to build our lives on. The more we use it as a crutch, the more we replace our true human potential with artificial potential, the more we will lose it. And so I encourage you to observe yourself. I encourage you to see what happens when you're bored. Do you reach for your phone? Do you turn on the TV? Do you turn on the computer? Do you go and watch more videos and more videos? Really, really explore this. This is the big lie. And when you begin to take back your mind and your heart and your soul and your body and your spirit, and you begin to calibrate yourself to nature again, to the balance of everything that is, to the rhythm of life, something will begin to happen. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. It will give you a deeper sense of fulfillment than you've ever felt, and it will pull you away from the constant consummation of content, of even books or movies or other people's projections of what your reality should look like. And that's then when the discovery of the true self connected with the true divine begins. It's a very, very powerful thing. So my message to you today is to release yourself from the big lie and be brave enough to get bored for a while, to overcome this addiction. It's really, really powerful. Meditate, go into nature, sit still, and watch what happens. With time, magic will begin to appear within you, a deep sense of fulfillment, something amazing. But it requires some time to get used to this new way of looking at things and even a new way of living. Thank you so much for joining me today. We appreciate you. We love you. As you know, we think about you a lot, and you are in our hearts, in our minds, and part of this tribe, this family that everyone is invited to join. If you have good intentions in your heart, everyone's always invited to join. Thank you. Be abundantly blessed, and we'll see you very, very soon.